Battle control initialized.
Hey people, Five Aces here. Join me, if you will, on a very, very bold experiment. 2 out of my 3 kids are out of the house for the current time being. My eldest being in having swimming lessons, and the middle one being away with the grandfather for the grand total of half an hour, but that's still worth it. And I'm only left with the little one, and currently, as of the time present, he is busy, which is very highly unusual. So he's keeping to himself for now. So if by any chance he is about to scream and drop in, I'm going to have to drop everything, stop the cast, stop the casting forges, and just go help him. Or it may be that we get another co-caster if he decides to join us here on the casters. Yeah, I guess on the casters space. And yeah, this is the series that has been keeping on giving for the past couple days, or for the past couple of weeks. This is the RATL semifinals, leg 1, between Mr. Unano and Mr. Upps, lining up against Mr. MasterX and Mr. RustyX, aka TermX and NewbieX. So this series has been phenomenal thus far. And I think I made a mistake when tracking the scoreboard, because apparently the score is 2-2. We have gotten an equal score line for now. Ooh, this is so tense. But the positioning from the rifles of Unano should be absolutely in favor, favor of Team 2. So they're pushing on forward. This was a really good attempt. MasterX lost a lot here, but he had the right idea. His heart was in the right place. The rifles weren't in the right place. So kind of rip. The rockets for Unano starting to appear. So with a line of sight advantage, he's going to have a stronghold in the middle, despite the oil derrick taking a chunk here. Alrighty, so time to talk politics while the early game is going on. We've got double ref for pretty much everybody, which does come as a surprise to no one. And Team 2 a little bit behind on the timings. They all go for an extra power plant. Appears to be the case. No, not for MasterX. He's just been a bit slower on the macro fingers. Alrighty, not the StarCraft 2 levels of APM that we're used to. Anyway, so what I wanted to get at is the elections have happened in Austria, and as per usual, I talk about this I guess once every 5 years. It has happened again. They have elected the Nazi Party into the effectively Nazi Party into the not into government just yet, because now there's the time of coalition building, which I guess is an alien concept to the Americans who are watching this. I'm sorry, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. So we still have a shot, an outside shot at least, at a coalition between the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th placed parties. Or maybe with a lick of the 5th place party as well. But yikes, it's not looking good. The only bright side is that all parties have thus far refused to form a coalition with the Nazi Party. So yeah, if you watched my channel for a little bit, you know that sometimes politics just bleed out from the real life and into video games, I guess. Not really into video games, but into what I tend to talk about a little bit, because it does concern me. Ooh, Flak Truck gets shaved off here. And despite OpenRA being a very martial game, a very combat-oriented game, in real life I'm more of a peaceful man. You know, that's why I live it out vicariously through OpenRA. So I'm not a big fan of the engineer being stranded here, first and foremost, but also not a big fan of war IRL. So yeah, and if you want to prevent wars, not electing Nazi parties is a good way of going around doing that. Okay, Derek gets taken out here, so RustyX is down 1 Derek, and Upps has managed to snag this one as well. Did he lose his engineer? It does appear to be the case. Rusty does have his engineer though, so he's probably going to try and go for a... Nope. He is going for a backstab. Ooh, that's going to be a nicely positioned engineer. Okay, so this series couldn't be any closer, I feel. The macro MCV for Unano is already out, and he has managed to get a stronghold here, get a foothold in the middle. and claim his first expansion. Thus far, yeah, the macro timings are really behind for team number 1. Rusty X has now placed his. He's moving forward to compensate, so he's taking a much more aggressive position on the map. With Unano, this always means you've got a very exposed and vulnerable pocket of the map, and that is a very mining-heavy expansion as well, because it's on double mines. Ooh, on the retreat without a meat shield. This army is gonna start bleeding. That ain't gonna be fun. Despite the range of flag track combo, oh, light tank from MasterX being microed back, but they can't stand toe-to-toe with the heavy. First medium is arriving, but for the time being, MCV is here to reinforce. The medics are trying their best to counteract the poke. Ranger from MasterX goes down, and that's a problem. Yeah, immediate retreat is being sounded. No more line of sight advantage. No more medium tank pushing power. Medium tank limps away. He's losing some units off the back of this. But now Unano has been forced into a compromised position himself. And there is double pillboxes to reinforce, so I think the infantry lines are going to be sturdy enough. Yep, to hold the line. Because love isn't always on time. So with that, I feel that was a great equalizer. Yeah, MasterX, definitely, with the kill count. Unano has overcommitted hardcore. Do we see the same mistake from Team 2 now? Let's find out. More at 11. Pillbox goes down, but that's just a wash. Ooh, repair your tank. Oh no. Tank gets eaten up here by the heavy as well. Let's check the army graph. Jeez, 81 rifles for Rusty. He's got the numbers. He's got the numbers advantage here. Upps is pushing back against this shell of a base, so a couple base defenses being shaved off, but at the end of the day, nothing too crazy coming off this. Failed rally point from Rusty though, so that is gonna start bleeding a lot of units. Is the engineer? Yeah, the engineer from Rusty still alive. Let's see, on this side, on this front, we're seeing a relatively stable frontline situation. The battle lines have been drawn. Double turrets for Master. Jeez. That is aggressive. And the flame towers obviously being outranged, as well as being placed out of range as well, because you don't want to feed them into double turrets. So, I would say, overall, slight advantage for Team Rusty and Master. They've got a really solid infantry core lineup. They've got tank advantage for now. Courtesy of Unano producing heavies, you know, that is always... Yeah. One problem, though, is pillboxes... Ooh, here's the Tesla Quill to boot. And pillboxes definitely not the right answer. They're really bad against flame towers, really bad in base push wars. Here is a massive flank from Rusty, from Master. Oh, he's going for the service depot. No more heavy tank production if this goes down. That would be huge. Is he trying to commit, or is he fighting? For now, he's doing a little bit of both, which is never the best answer, to be honest. Oh, tank's just barely not connecting. Ooh, this was a good crush, though. Very solid. Gets a lot of the infantry out of the way. At the end of the day, though the lines have been held, Unano has lost his service depot, but nothing much else. And on the other side, the Tesla Quill chipping away at the base little by little. Nothing too crazy has happened just yet. Wait, what is happening here? Oh no! Upps is having... he actually has an army disadvantage, but he gets to push because there is move command here. And there's also single file formation. Oh my goodness, no! Rusty! Just living up to his moniker here. This was not good. He's trying to regroup behind his pillbox lines. Finally, the last light tank goes down. Ooh, here comes a collapse though. And on the other side, Rusty is claiming some ground. He's probably about to take out this construction yard as well. If he keeps on pushing, just a little more commitment. In comes the army, rotating over from Upps. MCV escaping for now. Okay. That is going to be a complete wipe. And here I've got my co-caster with me. Alrighty, so that's gonna be a double cast apparently. My boy, say hi. Hallo David. Hallo mein Schnucki. Schatzel, this is Mikrofon from Papa, yeah? Alrighty, so this is how we're gonna do it. Fuck it, we're doing it live. My boy's here with me. I'm probably gonna have to blur him out because I don't want images of my children on the internet, you know. That's always a bit weird. Radadome has been purchased here for Ultralord, and he's got an extremely forward helipad. So that's kind of interesting. Wide front this time around. I think this time around the battle lines would be favoring Rusty in theory, but he doesn't have the infantry corps to back it up. Oh, the crushes! Good for now. Really good tank movement from him. So at the end of the day, no tank movement by the way from Upps, but he still has numerical advantage, plus the Blackhawk in the skies, and as a result gets cleaned up. Man, that was strong from Unano, strong from Upps, who also has purchased a mechanic, you know, just in case. V2s, wait, there's a tech center here as well. Oh, that's so sick. Unano is gonna start the push wars. Oh, that's the tip toy of my son, which is making some noise here. Turrets are being purchased. Oh, that's so nice. Upps providing line of sight support for the V2s. This is going to be a massive game changer. And with this absolutely great positioning from Unano, these V2s can start doing a number on the defensive lines. Oh, construction yard has been repaired as well. Very forward tech center. You know what that means? Forward tech center. We're about to see Tanya very, very soon. There is Rusty X. Oh, Rusty X with the artilleries though. In comes the Jagdstrafe. Taking out one, taking out two. But the hits are enough. They have connected sufficiently hard to the point where they are allowing him to win the engagement. Very solid. Blackhawk should be going down here. Huh? Yep. The Zooks are just tracking too hard. Just a little too hard. Radadome from MasterX, just very forward for the extra vision, you know. Putting it extra forward. Putting it extra out there. Let's hope it's gonna stay stable here. And by that I mean my son, who is just starting his co-casting career. That's a first. Oh, Mammoth tanks? Not the best unit right now, to be honest. I love the V2s though. The V2s can start chipping away at the lines. In comes a little flank. Unano shouldn't be losing too much to this. Very solid, healthy core army with a lot of armor from Ultralord, aka Upps. Ooh. This helipad right in range of the AA gun. No longer. We have heard Tanya somewhere. Okay, a couple Mammoth tanks strewn about the battlefield. Man, this is a tense series. Schatzile, das ist ja nicht hocken. Nein, das tun wir nicht. Tun wir nicht sitzen, Schatz. Und nicht drucken. Oh, construction yard is taking a beating from the artilleries. Ooh, direct hit as well. Very solid. And with that line of sight booster from the Blackhawk, he can actually start pushing back himself. But Unano has lined up the push, and it's about to get a little serious here because there's like a rough estimate of 20 tanks. It's a pack, I guess. David, Schatzi, du hast die eine Sicht, sonst musst du over. Schau mal, du kannst einen Stift haben. Hm? Alright, I'm just trying to keep him busy. Giving him the hole puncher. Stuff that he can't injure himself with is always a good call. Okay, we're hearing Tanya somewhere. Yeah, there she is in the phase transport. Upps with the phase Tanya yet again. He has gone for France a couple times now. And, ooh, the rally point! Not like this. Give it to Tanya. Give to Tanya what is rightfully Tanya's. We have a counter Tanya from Master, who with a smaller army is managing to push back against the Mammoths for now. Radar Jammer too, so really good call against the Mammoth Tusks. Here's the Iron Curtain, so there's just Unano waiting, playing the waiting game, 1 more minute until that one comes online. Yeah, I love the inclusion here. Phase transport is also really good from Master because it can start just providing line of sight passively without putting itself into harm's way unless it starts to fire. That was not a good call. Because that thing doesn't do deeps. That is not its intended purpose. David, du die eine Hooker? Sonst musst du ober.
Ja.
Tja, das kriegst. So, sorry, yeah, that's gonna be a weird cast. But we're gonna make it work. Oh, here's the parabombs.
This.
Parabombing run is coming in. And is gonna start obliterating the defensive lines. Good dodge, though.
Zero.
I've gotta say... Oh,
Later.
rip.
Later.
Rip. That was kind of underwhelming. Na, das kannst nicht haben, Schatzi. Okay, the mammoths are ready. They are also being backed up by an Iron Curtain, I think. Iron Curtain should be ready anytime now. Tanya is gonna start applying her firepower, applying her deadly trade. Turrets, rockets, this is a good... Yeah, and see the deflection from the radar jammer. Here, that was the Iron Curtain fired prematurely. What about the backlines? Oh, Tanya. Phase transport backstab. Did he actually get the Conyard? He did. So this Tanya already putting up a good show. Good first appearance here. Oh, don't fire with the phase. Ooh, it does provide so much line of sight for the arties though. And the shells are starting to rain on in. Very, very good. Down goes the turret. Okay, this phase transport play from Master is definitely paid off. One thing you should do is put it on hold fire. Yeah, Ultra Lord though. Upps is having an absolute field day with his tank lines, which have dwindled a little bit. Oh, also the anti-air gun has decimated the Black Hawks. But at the end of the day, where does that leave us? Let's check the economy tab. So the asset lead, it's even. It's Master who is broke but does have the asset advantage compared to Upps, while the other two players are even on assets. So overall, slight asset advantage for Team 1. Master with being the tipping point here. A little tipping of the scale. But with the Iron Curtain, the longer it stays alive, the more you gain value from it. You just extract value, you delete enemy units and then retreat. Danke, Schatzi. Schau, das kannst du haben. Na, das nicht. Das ist gefährlich. I'm just trying to give him the non-dangerous office supplies. Okay. On the backside. Mobile radar jabber probably about to go down here. No, survives. Crucially. Wait a second, they didn't take the gem mines, huh? One medium tank has snuck into the backlines and is trying to its best. Oh, melee artillery does survive because Ultralord didn't want to keep pushing. So again, this has been a slight advantage for Team 1. However, there's a missile silo, so that puts the timer on Team 1 to actually accomplish something. Tanya is still alive, she's here. Phase transport did eventually just retreat, I guess. Or it's a new Tanya, you know, a fresh batch. Fresh serving of Tanya. Down goes one ore truck. Na, Schatzi, Mola kannst du nicht. And here we've got the Iron Curtain. Once more, being fired defensively. There's a nuke truck! There is a demo truck. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be the demo truck of legends, isn't it? Oh my goodness! Does actually not manage to kill most of the rockets, man. This would be medic value. Look at that, the health bars. But jeez, this was still good. This has killed so many arties. And with that, the danger close demo definitely putting a number here. Putting a toll and tax on the army. There is no more anti-armor left here. Tanya goes down. And I feel that's the mammoths pushing in, yeah. They managed to wipe those low health bar units. And just like the Iron Curtain, mammoths are also effective over time. Because they can now heal up. They can start pushing back. They can start just extracting value. War Factory, frontline War Factory production is going down once more. This is just beautiful play. War Factory down.
Mama!
Die kommt noch, Herr Schätzl.
Putzer!
Die tut Putzer? Na, tut's jetzt nicht da. Alrighty, Arties are starting to push back against the base of Unano. Or against Upps, sorry. Upps is actually being pushed out of here.
Putzer!
Ja, der darf sauber, Schatzi, ja? Okay, so maybe our co-caster is going to leave us for a very important...
Mama, Mama,
Man, that's
Mama.
complete chaos. I heard Tanya die. Schätzelein, das gehört nicht der Mama. Gehört dem Papa. Oh, the power bombs just barely missing. Killing like 2 rocket soldiers. There's a phase transport, and Tanya with the phase transport. It all depends on whether or not the artillery shells are gonna connect on Tanya. If they don't, she is in a good spot. Oh, what about the helicopter? Oh, Black Hawk out of ammo. That is just unfortunate timing. And back into the phase transport she goes. Schatzi, die kommt noch. Back into the phase transport she goes. And ja, kannst dann. Komm gleich, Schatz. Alrighty, and this is Rusty pushing back. Unano not in the not in the greatest of shapes. However, the same can be said for MasterX, who is starting to lose his base here. Man, that was an alpha strike on the service depot going down immediately. He's about to lose his tech as well. All players being completely broke, and the assets being fairly even, except Rusty is the little difference maker. Good micro on the V2 from Unano. Iron Curtain, however, has not been under any threat whatsoever. Oh, he tried to kill the missile silo with a tank. Didn't amount to much. 4 tanks on the flank could probably snag some harvesters. Rusty, not that rusty anymore, huh? Playing it out like his life depended on it. His tournament life does anyway. Tournament lifeline. 1 more phase transport for Master. So what do you do against the mammoths here? One option would be to get a couple Blackhawks, a couple longbows and try and flank them, because with the task missiles or the turrets being so slow to rotate, you can out-rotate mammoth tanks very easily. Yeah, that's the tech down though. That would be a problem. So MasterX is being reduced to basically nothing. It all hinges upon Rusty to accomplish anything here, really. Rusty must push and he must defeat Unano. Take him completely out of the game, otherwise we are going to be in a world of hurt. And Upps does still, despite bleeding, still has his phase transport and his Tanya. So that's gonna come in handy, let's just say. Oh, he's trying to commit for the missile silo, I believe, because the timer is on 3 minutes, yeah? Clock's ticking, and there is an invuln. Iron Curtain is lined up. Unano moving forward, so they basically have swapped positions. This means Rusty is advanced on the bottom left, however, in a trade, Unano has advanced on the top right. So we're still at an even map state. Man, nobody's taken the gem mines, huh? Oh, the paradrop has killed the harvester on this side. Unano has finally, or Upps has finally started cashing in on those gems as well. Yeah, the Tanya. And there is now so many mammoths. I feel this is starting to become a little overwhelming. Despite Rusty initially being in a good spot, he's being pushed out by 2 players now. And the charge is heralded by Ultra Lord's Tanya, which is hilarious. It's like his only combat unit that he's got. Oh man. This was a fantastic game. Unano. Yeah. Upps is Tanya. Definitely going down very unceremoniously. And the mammoths are starting to advance here. Oh, when the mammoths marching in. Oh, when the mammoths marching in. Does he have the anchor up? Yep, he does. Sure does. This would be a good time to fire it. And, okay. Yeah, there he goes. The radar jammer is still online, so it's still gonna just soak up a lot of deeps. This was not as effective as it could have been. I feel he could have chipped away at the entire defensive lines here. Was a bit less aggressive than it could have been. Rusty is starting to lose some ore trucks here, but he's still mining from this base, which I feel is crucial at this point in time. Unano has got an extremely far forward base. He's starting to put the siege on MasterX. Rusty doesn't have the largest of armies anymore. And in comes Tanya as well. He's just lining her up. Yeah, lambs to the slaughter. And that is probably going to be one of the last fights in this game. Unless the counter Tanya can manage to pull in some overtime. Let's see. Can she get the snipe? This would be so huge. He needs line of sight though. He absolutely needs line of sight. Here's the counter Tanya. And the phase transfers are blocking the exit. Oh, tech siren down. Ooh. Ah! The phase transport trying to kill Tanya. It's not happening. It ain't happening at all. Radar jammers here. Going for the front line. Going to front line. Never going to happen. Man. What a competitive game, I've got to say. This has been absolute insanity. But I feel now it is starting to look a bit bleak and hopeless. Team 2 have snowballed their armies a bit too hard. And despite Upps not having an army for the largest part of the game, his Tanya managed to turn the tide, tip the scales. The phase transport's still alive. Wait, Tanya died, I think. Yeah, there's a veterancy rifle. And he's being so annoying. He's parking his phase transports in Viz on the ore pads. So you cannot actually unload your ore here. There's a couple of harvesters just idling. They can't do a damn thing here. What a sick game. And this is now an all-out armor composition. Man. What a game. What a game indeed. And in comes the cavalry. He's trying for one last Hail Mary, but as soon as the radar jammer goes down, and it is frontlining yet again, that's not how you use it. You use it in the back, because otherwise it just dies. Ooh, that is probably going to be the last death throes of Team 1. But what a competitive series it has been. Unano can just wait for another round of Iron Curtain, and then that's pretty much a guaranteed GG. At that point in time. Yeah. No more army here, and light tanks. Light tank back transition, that is probably the worst thing that you have to do. Wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Here we've got the longbows. Oops, finally going for some longbows, alright. Yeah, GG, well played indeed from both sides. Fantastic series, fantastic game. Game number 5, a very, very worthy conclusion, and also featuring the first time introduction of my co-caster, my little boy. Alright, so thank you for watching, I'll see you next time. 5 Aces, out.
Battle control terminated.